I'm just gonna start doing the good old streaming and recording and everything at the same time, as you guys know already. So I'm gonna be streaming here on the Facebooks and the YouTubes and the Instagrams. So I have my phone here, as you can see, my fancy phone. Boom. But we're gonna be staying for a little bit here in terms of I want to show you guys some really cool stuff when it comes to advertising and how to sell without being a jerk and pretty much without selling, which is awesome. But first I want to share this stuff on my Facebook group a little bit so that I want to share this stuff. Here we go. We're gonna show this in the group, the Facebook group. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, first I want to share this. If you're watching this on YouTube, come and join us. It's completely free. We're gonna show this in the group, the Facebook group. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, so if you're watching this on YouTube, go to hernanvazquez.com/Facebook and you will be able to join us and whatnot. So I'm gonna start streaming on Instagram in a minute, but first I want to share with you guys something really cool, which is how to sell without selling, if that's something that you want to do. All right, so that is exactly what I want to show you guys. And let me see if I can do this without breaking anything. So boom, here we go. So that is, as you can see, that is an ad that I recorded on Instagram today. Actually, I went live on my Instagram stories and whatnot, and no, I didn't went live. I recorded this for Instagram, and I just downloaded the videos to my computer, and then out of that, and now I'm running that as an ad. And you might be wondering what that has to do with anything when it comes to digital marketing. It has to do a lot. So stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you how this works and how you can make it work for your own stuff. So with that said, I'm going to start going live on the Instagrams, and I'm live. What is going on, Instagram? So you're watching this. I don't know what's going on. Instagram is trying to hijack my stuff. Hey, all right, what's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook, YouTube? Hope you guys are amazingly well. Number one, a couple of recommendations for today. Live stream. Get this book, okay? Breakthrough Advertising. Get it. It's awesome. It's amazing. I just read it for, I don't know, the 5th time or something, and it's full with notes. It's like, it has a lot of, underlining and whatnot. I don't like to mark books, whatever, but this is pretty cool. So go ahead and read it, because it's worth it. Every penny. It's a $400 book, but I strongly suggest that you go ahead and get it, because it's pretty awesome. What's up, buddy? So recommendation number one, get this book, Breakthrough Advertising. Is on Amazon. Okay, I got this used version. It's pretty cool, and it's kind of the Bible of anyone that wants to become a better copywriter, I would say. Number two, get this little bad boy right here, the Best Self Journal. One of the best investments that I've ever made in my life. Thank you, Adam, my partner, for introducing me to the Best Self Journal. All right, so let's hop into what's going to be the topic for today's live stream, which is how to sell without selling. And for you guys watching on Instagram, I'm gonna be posting this on my Facebook page, by the way, and my YouTube channel. So if you haven't been following me on YouTube, go ahead and do so, because I just shared the guys that are on YouTube and Facebook a pretty cool ad that I cannot share with you guys, because I don't know how to make this work without blowing it up. But anyways, the main point of today's live stream is how to sell your products, your services online, even if you hate selling, which happens to be my case. All right, I hate selling. I hate cold calling. I hate cold emailing. That's not for me. Some people enjoy it. Some people have a really good time. That's not my case. Hasn't been. Maybe it's something that I need to work on. But I'm a true believer that you need to work on your strengths and not try to fix your weaknesses, because at best I would become a mediocre salesman at some point. just because of the fact that I don't like selling at all right? So I could spend a lot of time and money trying to become a good salesman, and I would become a mediocre salesman just because of the fact that, you know, it's a weakness. So this started back in the day when I was doing web design for clients. That's how I started. I started earlier than that, doing Fiverr posts for you know, Fiverr. I started writing articles on Fiverr. That's how I started. And the reality is that I hated selling. Like, I always hated selling. I used to do some sellings on MLMs, and I was part of a couple of MLMs and whatnot. I always hated selling, so I had to kind of figure out a way of actually selling without being pushy or salesy, or selling in a way that's cool. All right, and that's exactly what I want to share with you guys. It's kind of a two-step process. So the first process comes down to a book that's called Influence, which I read down the road. I didn't know what I was doing back in the day, but I just was like applying the principles of Influence, that book, on my day-to-day operations for, you know, selling. And it came down to pretty much two main principles from that book. Principle number one was the principle of authority, right? And authority means that there are some people that will portray authority via, you know, their physical prowess and whatnot. Right now, you can become an authority just by having really cool, you know, just by being really cool to people and teaching stuff. That would be kind of an intellectual type of authority. And number two was reciprocity. Reciprocity meaning that whenever you do something for someone, they feel compelled to giving it back to you. What's up, Andreas? How are you doing, buddy? So that's basically what you want to have in mind when it comes to selling. So how did I went ahead and you know, try to sell without being pushy or salesy? Well, the reality is that I kind of wanted to become the hunter and not the hunted. By that, what I mean is that what I started doing when I was trying to sell my web design services and my SEO services, instead of try to cold calling anyone or cold emailing anyone, what I would do is to set up these kind of content pieces out there, right? They were like actual blog posts and videos, right, in YouTube, which is what I'm still doing right now. But that back in the day was in Spanish, because Spanish was my marketplace and whatnot. And the reality is that helped me close a lot of people. Like, I didn't have to sell or cold sell or hard sell or whatever, high pressure sell anyone, because people will come and try to hire me instead of me going out there and trying to, you know, push my services down anyone's throat. So how do you do this? How do you actually go ahead and do this in a strategic way? Because the reality is that I see a lot of entrepreneurs, and I was partly guilty of this, is to actually put out good, valuable content, but without a strategy in place. They're just putting out content because of the fact that somebody's telling them that they need to be putting out good quality content. And that's not how it works. The way it works is pretty straightforward. You want to put out good quality content, that's for sure. You want to put out good quality content that will actually help your prospect, that will actually help the people that you're trying to help, all right? And that is called by Frank Kern something called results in advance. And results in advance is putting out content that will help people by actually helping them right now. So that is number one. But what happens then? What happened next? So initially this was kind of rudimentary. I would say this was kind of basic. But what I would do is to have these YouTube videos that were really helpful, and I would spend time and money trying to make them look good and produce good. I'm not a, you know, Hollywood producer or whatever, but I would try, in my standards, I would try them to look good. And the reality is that I would put that content out there, and then I would have some sort of website, meaning, hey, do you want to work with me? Do you want to know more about what we do? Do you need help implementing the stuff that I just told you about in the video, right? Or on the content. So I would go out there and I would try to rank my YouTube videos, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So you want to go ahead and try to rank your YouTube videos by optimizing them and whatnot. for those keywords that people will potentially find you. That was the one thing that I did. And the second thing that I did that yielded me a lot of results was to go out there and not only post those videos that I just created on forums, for example, or places where my potential clients were hanging out, discussion boards, discussion forums, and whatnot, but I would create specific pieces of content for those forums, for those discussion boards. So for example, one of the posts that brought me a lot of results and a lot of clients was a blog post that I made on how to rank your website on the first page of Google in a Spanish forum, that was about SEO. So a lot of people will read that thing and they would say, this is awesome. It was really thorough, really step by step. So they would say, this is awesome. Now, can you do it for me, right? And that is one of the things that you want to have in mind. People think that when you're putting out good quality content, if you put out a lot of good quality content, there are people, they will never be able to, or they will not hire you, and that's simply not true. That is your scarcity mentality talking, right? So that is simply not true. The fact that you're out there, the fact that you're producing good quality content can yield you a lot of results in terms of marketing. It's the best type of marketing because, again, when people reach out to you, I get messages every day pretty much on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on my email and whatnot, and people want to hire me to run their Facebook ads campaign or to become their CMO and whatnot. So that is something that you want to have in mind when it comes to promoting yourself. If you hate selling, you want to put your content out there and you want to build the funnel that will do the heavy lifting for you, that will do the heavy selling for you. How do you do that? By putting out good quality content, and then you can either push it on forums, discussion boards and whatnot, number one, or number two, what you could do is to go out there and put some money behind your content. All of the content I'm creating for Facebook, for YouTube and whatnot, it has some money behind it. I would be spending $5 per day. It doesn't really matter, and you will see how the engagement on that content will grow exponentially over the next couple of months. All right, guys. So I hope this helps. Again, if you hate selling, don't do it. Don't put you in a position when you will be hating selling. Some people will say, well, but you need to make it better. You need to fix your weaknesses. I do not agree. I do agree that if you have strengths, you want to double down on your strengths. And if selling is not your strength, and if you're feeling weirded out, which is my case most of the time, what you want to do is to develop a funnel and let technology do the heavy lifting for you, right? Record quick videos, tutorials. If you don't feel comfortable on camera, that's fine. What you want to do is to make blog posts. You can create a podcast. This is a long-term strategy. Don't expect it to be just like that and give you good quality, leads from one day to the next. That's not how it works. But neither is cold calling. Cold calling, it takes time until you become good at it. All right. So I hope this helps. If you want me to help you specifically going ahead and implementing this for your company, for people on Instagram, there's going to be a link in the bio. For people on Facebook and YouTube, you can go to, and I guess Instagram too, you can go to growthleague.net. That is growthleague.net, growthleague.net. And you can click the link in my bio as well, and there will be a short application form that you want to fill out, and then somebody of my team will reach out to you to see if we can help you implement this for 2019. It's going to be a really small consulting group that I'm putting together for next year. It's super small, and if you want to go ahead and check that out, I would be more than happy to hop on a call with you and help you guys out. All right, thank you once again. I hope this helps. I really do hope it helps. If it does, go ahead, feel free to share this with somebody that needs to see this, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye bye.